You walk through the door 20 minutes late, and before your coat is even off, the spotlight hits you. Where were you? Who were you with? Why didn't you text? What took so long? It's a relentless barrage of the who, what, where, when, why, and how. There's a clear line where polite curiosity ends and an uncomfortable invasion of privacy begins. In Korean, there is a highly specific idiom for this extreme detail-obsessed prying, 미주알고주알. The phrase carries a distinctive four-syllable bounce, 미주알고주알. It's the same rhythmic repetition you would expect from a children's playground chant. This phonetic playfulness masks a graphic anatomical reference. To understand exactly why this phrase is so effective, we have to perform a literal autopsy on the word itself. Understanding the power of this everyday phrase requires a surgical dissection of its invasive origins. Let's make the first incision and snap the phrase cleanly in half. We'll set the back half aside for a moment and focus entirely on the first three syllables, 미주알. What exactly is a 미주알? It isn't a vague concept. It refers to a specific organ inside the human body. This vintage anatomical diagram identifies the mijual as the end of the large intestine, precisely where it meets the rectum. Following the track down, you reach what was once considered the most hidden and unsanitary section of human anatomy. This medical reality was reflected in daily speech. In the Gyeongsang dialect, the word mijabari was used to describe this anatomical area in a literal, physical sense. The term was often associated with rectal prolapse, a condition where this internal, hidden organ physically slips and becomes exposed. So when someone is digging out the mijual, the metaphor describes reaching into the deepest, most private part of someone's life and pulling it completely out into the light. Now we have to address the second half of the phrase, 고주알. Since the first half is the rectum, you might expect the second half to be another graphic anatomical reference. A common internet rumor claims goju refers to a great-great-grandfather, implying you're prying into your ancestors' affairs. That rumor is entirely false. The linguistic reality is that gojual has no literal meaning at all. It exists due to rhythmic echoing, a linguistic tool attaching a meaningless phonetic echo to a harsh root word. You see this in alna리깔나리. In the Joseon dynasty, the root alnari mocked children appointed to high offices. People attached kalnari, pure nonsense, to turn the insult into a catchy, fun chant used to jeer at these young officials. These ghost words function as a psychological buffer, using an upbeat rhythm to disguise the vulgarity or mockery of the original root word. Now we can stitch 미주알 and 고주알 back together. The completed phrase is a linguistic cocktail that pairs a graphic anatomical reality with a disarming nonsense rhythm. Language often anchors social friction to physical sensation. By linking detail-oriented prying to a specific internal organ, this idiom records the visceral discomfort of the situation. That's why being interrogated about your private life feels like more than an intellectual annoyance. It is a feeling of physical discomfort. When someone is aggressively prying into the tiny private details of your life, the language is very literal. They are performing a colonoscopy.